Welcome to History. We're going to start with our continents and ocean song. See it? Asia, Europe, Africa, North and South America, West Australia, Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, and Northern Sea. Be seated. We're going to play I Spy on our map to see if you can remember these places that we just sang about. What continent is this, Jimmy?
Asia.
Which continent is this, Jacob?
Europe.
What about this one, Carson?
Africa.
Good. What about this one, Presley?
Asia.
Not Asia.
Europe.
Not Europe. Help him out, Madison.
Australia.
Yes. What is it, Presley?
Australia.
Yes. Jackson down here.
Arctic.
What is it?
Antarctica.
Yes, it is Antarctica. What continent, Kathleen?
That.
Help her out, Lexi.
North America.
Good. Kathleen?
North America.
Yes. Aiden?
South America.
Yes. Now let's look at some oceans. What ocean is this, Una?
Atlantic.
Yes. And what about this one, Arthur? Carly? Adriana?
Pacific Ocean.
Good. Class repeat?
Pacific Ocean.
Yes. What is this one, Asa?
Indian Ocean.
Good. And what is this one, Arthur? Jimmy?
Southern.
Not Southern. Emily?
Atlantic.
Not Atlantic. It does start with an A. Jacob?
Arctic Ocean.
It is Arctic. Class repeat?
Arctic Ocean.
And what about this one down beneath, Una?
Southern.
Yes, this is the Southern Ocean. Now let's take a look at our next map. We're going to take a look at some regions in the Northeast region, some states. So I'm going to point to a state. You smile when you remember the name. What is this one, Jacob?
Maine.
Good. What about this one that looks like it is in the shape of a V? Dev?
Vermont.
Vermont. What about this one beside it, Emily? Dev? Anna? Jacob?
Connecticut.
No. Maryland. Class repeat?
Maryland.
Good. Which state is this one? Una?
Connecticut.
Not Connecticut. Adriana?
New Jersey.
This one is New Jersey. Class repeat?
New Jersey.
Good. This one is Connecticut. Which one is the tiny state beside it? Carson?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island is correct. And what is the tiny state down here by Maryland? Starts with a D. Jimmy?
Delaware.
Delaware is correct. Now let's take a look at some places on this map. What are the tall rises here? Emily?
Mountains.
Good. What is something a little bit lower than a mountain? Anna?
A hill.
Good. A mountain with lava flowing. Aiden?
Volcano.
Flat land with few trees. Arthur? Jimmy?
Plain.
Yes. Arthur? Jimmy?
Outside.
Very close. Oasis. Class repeat?
Oasis.
Yes. What is this area of land that has water on three sides? Emily?
Peninsula.
Good. What is this area of land that is completely surrounded by water? Presley?
Island.
Yes, it is an island. Nicely done. Now let's think through some of the people that we've been learning about in history. And I would like Madison to step for your row, Adriana, Carson, Anna, and Josh. So first seat up. Tell me the man who began the colony of Pennsylvania. Ty, new question. Who was the only group that helped the sick in London during the bubonic? Ty, rows 1, 2, and 5 may step for that one. Next seat. Who was King Charles II in debt to? Rows 1 is the one who gets to step for that row. What city is called the city of brotherly love?
Philadelphia.
Row 2 and row 4 may step for that one. Nice thinking. Tell me the colonial missionary to Native Americans.
David Branch.
Row 5 may step for that one. Next seat. How old was he when he understood salvation? Ty, new question. Tell me a group of Indians that he gave the gospel to. Delaware Indians is correct. The others would be Mohican. Next seat may stand. Who was the first person to accept Christ through David Brainerd's ministry? Tatamy, row 4 may step. Nice job. What state did the Mohican Indians live in?
New York.
Row 1 and 5. So those two rows tied for first place. You may give yourself a pat on the back and return to your seat. Emily, will you go ahead and turn on the light for us? I have a couple more questions. Give me a smile when you know the answer. What change did David see in the Delaware Indians as he continued to give them the gospel, Jacob?
That they were accepting Christ.
They were accepting Christ, and they were very eager to accept Christ. When Benjamin Franklin was a little boy, what did he pay too much for? Jimmy?
A toy whistle.
Yes, exactly correct. What did Ben love to do when he was a boy? Dev?
Read.
Good. Tell me one job that his father had. Carson?
Being a soap maker.
Exactly correct. Tell me the city or the state that Benjamin Franklin was born in. Dev?
Massachusetts.
Yes, Massachusetts. The city would be Boston. When Ben was 12 years old, what did he decide to become? Carson?
A printer.
Yes, he decided to become a printer. When he was 17, to what city did he move to? Jacob? Adriana?
Philadelphia.
Yes, it was Philadelphia. What was it?
Philadelphia.
It was Philadelphia. Now from here, Benjamin Franklin finds out that he enjoys writing, and people enjoy reading his writings. He's going to come up with something where he begins to put all of his wise sayings. We're going to find out what that is. Let's take a look at the sideboard and read our term under history for us. Adriana. Yes, class repeat.
Almanac.
It is an almanac. We're going to find out what is included in an almanac. Why would it be something that's very important? And we're going to find out how it was useful and what the people enjoyed about Benjamin Franklin's almanac, as well as what he called it. So open to your book to page 74, page 74. Let's have row 5 in what Benjamin Franklin called his almanac and our word almanac that we just read. The difference in spelling is the older English spelling and then our current English spelling for it. So when we're referring to the almanac that Benjamin Franklin wrote, it has the CK at the end. And then today, we would just spell it with a C. Begin reading for us, Caden, with Poor Richard's Almanac.
Poor Richard's Almanac. In Ben Franklin's day, there were already other almanacs printed in the colonies, but Mr. Franklin decided to print his own.
Very good accuracy. Lexi, continue. Continue with Benjamin Franklin. Benjamin Franklin knew. Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin knew his
Almanac.
Must have a title that would make people curious to read it. He would call it Poor Richard's
Almanac.
Who was
Richard.
Just for fun, Ben Franklin said that
Almanac. Almanac.
Was written by Richard
Saunders,
who was a very poor man. The people knew there was no Richard Saunders living in town, but they enjoyed reading the
Almanac.
almanac. Soon the word speed
Spread.
spread. Ben Franklin wrote this. You shall read it.
You should.
You should read it.
Good expression. Watch that accuracy. Rest your books. So what was something that would be inside of an almanac, or why would people read an almanac? Jacob?
It is to help them when they know to need to plant crops.
Yes, it would tell them when to plant those crops, when was a good time. What else might it include, Emily?
It tells you about the sun, moon, and stars.
Yes, so it would be like a calendar, things that would of events that would about to take place. And then it was almost like a weather forecast. So they would be able to look to this guide to know what's coming and what to watch for. Continue reading for us with There Were Other Almanacs. Josh.
There were other almanacs in town, but none sold as quickly as Paul Richard's almanac. In his almanac, Ben Franklin also wrote wise sayings. Many times he put other men's ideas in his own words. These are some of his wise sayings.
Good accuracy. We're going to pause right there for us, Josh. Thank you. Rest your books. Who is the author of Poor Richard's Almanac? Carson?
Ben Franklin.
Yes. If he's the author, why didn't he call it Benjamin Franklin's Almanac or Franklin's Almanac? Jimmy?
Because he just wanted to play.
Yes, maybe he just wanted to do it for fun, and he liked the name Poor Richard, so he used that as the name that he wrote these things under. Now let's look at some of his sayings. Books up. Half the truth is often a great lie. What do you think that saying means? Carson?
That when you tell half of the truth, it's still a lie.
Right, it's still a lie, and it's just as great of a lie as if you had completely told the entire thing as a lie. What does haste make waste mean, Emily? If you do something, how?
If you do something really slowly, you're basically wasting your time.
The opposite. If you do something really, not slowly, but yes, if you're rushing. So if you're doing it too quickly, then it's not going to be quality. You're not doing it very well, so you're wasting your time and your effort. Look at the next one. He that cannot obey cannot command. What is that teaching us, Jacob? Jacob, well done. So you need to learn to obey so that you can be a great leader. Sin is not hurtful because it is forbidden, but it is forbidden because it is hurtful. What is it showing us about sin, Morgan?
It's showing us that if you sin,
Is it ever right to sin?
no.
No. And sin is hurtful. So when we sin, we're causing hurt. So in order to keep from hurting others, we shouldn't sin. Who is strong? He that can conquer his bad habits. So it's showing us that someone who's really strong is someone who's able to do what, Dev?
Conquer his bad habit.
Exactly correct. So if you can conquer that bad habit, you are a strong person. Let's look at stop and think. We've discussed the wise sayings from Poor Richard's Almanac. So which one is most important to you? Just read through those and think carefully. Which one do you think you should remember? Carson?
Half the truth is often a great loss.
Good. So remember to be honest in your character. Let's continue with reading some other things that Benjamin Franklin was able to be remembered for, some first things that he did in our country. Benjamin Franklin's plan for a fire department.
Electricity. One day, as Ben Franklin saw an electric spark, a new idea came to him. Why, that electric spark reminds me of lightning, he said to himself. It jumps like lightning. It is the same color as lightning. I wonder if lightning could be electricity. I must know the answer. He waited for the day there would be a thunderstorm. At last it came. With a silk kite and a key, he and his son William began an experiment. Higher and higher the kite flew. The thunder roared, lightning flashed, and rain began to spill from the dark clouds. Ben Franklin noticed the loose strands of the thread start to stand on the kite string. We have proven that lightning is electricity, shouted Ben Franklin to his son.
Good expression. So why did Benjamin Franklin try the experiment with the kite and key? Emily? To prove that what is what?
That lightning is electricity.
You've got it, and he was able to do so. Students watching, you'll finish the comprehension check on this page with your on-site teacher.